height of that. Okay, that's all right. Hello, everybody. Hi. I was like, trying to figure out my lighting, all that good stuff. How are you guys? The lighting is terrible. Happy Friday. Who's here? Ernie. Woohoo! Lisa. Dad. Hello. All right. I am looking around. I'm like redoing the basement. Hold on one second. Talks amongst yourselves. Talks amongst yourselves for a second. Okay. You know, it's pretty funny. You would think the fact that Mike does what he does for a living, that we would have all this high-tech stuff at home, and we don't. I'm like rigging things up with boxes, and that's terrible. It's like a spotlight right here. If I move it, I cannot. Anyway, okay, we only have an hour. Okay, we'll be in the dark. How is everybody? Let's see, Muriel, hello. How am I? I'm good. I am good. How are you? Hey, Dad. How's everybody's week going? Or how did everybody week? Let's try it again. How did everybody's week go? Did you all have a nice week? Hi, Mama. How are you, woman? I was, who's coming down here? Somebody's coming down here. Because it's literally a spotlight. It's this, babe. And it's a spotlight. It broke. My ring light broke. Firefly Farm. Hello. Who is Firefly Farm again? I forgot. Who is it? What is your first name? Reveal yourself, please. Lisa says, I'm watching you on my TV. Well, that's Lori in New York. Hello, Lori. Thank you. And Radical Fanatic. Is that Nate? Right? I think that's Nate. Michael, do you see? Never mind. My husband's doing something. I'm all hunched over because the height of this. My goodness. So yeah, I was creating a video for my autism channel that I started. And it's all about, remember that I started that depression med? Yes, I do remember. But look, this is something that's in the sensory toolbox that I actually absolutely love. How are you doing, Lori? How are you doing with that, by the way? You doing well, I hope? My goodness, I can't with this light. I got to move it this way. That's okay. So usually, for anybody who doesn't know, you're okay? All right. I feel like okay sometimes is like a loaded word. Like when somebody's like, I'm okay, there's usually a lot of stuff behind that, right? But yeah, so I usually come on. Why don't you use, where's my mom? My mom's saying, why don't you use the comfy chair I always sit in? I know, I could have brought that down. I didn't think of it because I was running around trying to, how is the connection, by the way, guys? Because I'm in a different part of the house. Is the connection okay? Is it glitching at all? Is the audio okay? All that good stuff? My husband is behind there with his lighting kit, setting up as though it's a shoot. There's an umbrella coming out, a lighting umbrella, reflector. Right, Michael? He's doesn't want to even talk to me right now. Ask Mike to bring it now. Mike is fine. No, because that will actually be too low, believe it or not. So I got to actually get a box to put the laptop on, but that's okay. So yeah, this week has been a little bananas. I've been kind of crazy getting stuff done. I don't know if any of you experience this, which I'm sure you do. When you have trouble with motivation and then all of a sudden you get like a burst of motivation. So you're like, let me get all the things done before the motivation goes away. That's what happens to me. So I was doing this free online YouTube course about how to make your YouTube channel better and grow and this, that, and the other. And when you like do a workshop or you're around like-minded people and you get all amped up, whoa, light. Thank you, Michael. Frantic. Yeah. So today I actually sat down with my dry erase calendar and I was writing each week because I have like 50,000 ideas because that's what happens. I either go through a dry spell. It's like the highs and lows of, depression and all that good stuff. But I've been good with the medication I've been taking, but I still go through highs and lows with my motivation. So today I sat down with the dry erase calendar and I had to plot it out. When I'm recording this, when, I ask my husband to edit that, when we're going to post, because I wind up having all of these thoughts and I'm writing them down on different Post-its and paper, and then I lose the paper. I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess with organization. So I felt very accomplished today. I really did. I felt accomplished. If any of you see that that right there is really distracting to me right now, that glare. Whatever. Yes, my mom is saying that too. Yeah, I got to take that off. Well, which one is it? It's funny because today, there we go. Today, I was just literally just hanging crap up on the wall. No rhyme or reason. I'm hanging things up on the wall because I was recording a video and I just needed stuff in the background. I'm like, yep, that will go there, all with thumbtacks. I'm like, what is poking me? The thumbtack. Oh my gosh, Lori, I sound like you. It's terrible. I wish I was more grounded, you know what I mean? Grounded in my thinking. I wish that I loved color-coded organization using a planner. Can't tell you how many planners I have started and then I don't finish past like a month of doing. I got to put this on silent because I just wind up not using it. But yeah, so that's sort of the mindset that I'm in. And what sucks is that I know in a few weeks that rush of creativity isn't going to be there as much, or you lose the planner. Yep. Exactly. So it's like, go, get it all done. But we'll see. We'll see how we do. That's all right. So yeah, usually a lot of you guys know when I come on at night, I like to ask random questions just because it's fun. I think it's fun. You guys seem to have fun with it. So that's what I do because sometimes, during the week, things are serious and stressful and all that. So I like to just ask silly questions and see where the conversation goes. So I had a few questions in mind about music because today, as I was doing things, I tell you guys that I always need to have music playing or my motivation is like, have I ever gone snorkeling? That's a good question. You know what? That is actually making me think of a whole conversation and I'm going to actually talk about that. But yeah, music. I have to set a timer for myself sometimes. I feel like a child, like today with the kitchen, I play a game and I'm with myself. I'm like, I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes and see how much I can get done in 15 minutes. Otherwise, I get super overwhelmed with all the things that have to be done. So I'm constantly setting a timer, listening to the music, listen to 80s while I clean the kitchen, whatever gets me through it. So, okay. Actually, I'm going to go with Lori's question because I'm going to forget it. Have you ever has anybody here ever gone snorkeling? You do that too? Yeah, I think it's the way some of our minds work. I can't just be an adult and say, the dishes need to be done today. I need to sweep. I need to constantly have a soundtrack going, set the timer, whatever, but it works. Okay, so yes, who here has gone snorkeling? Who here has gone scuba diving? Anybody? Lori, I'm guessing you've gone snorkeling. So I went snorkeling when I was younger. I have, and a lot of you guys know this, I have an intense fear of animals with fins, specifically sharks, even dolphins and whales. But sharks are my number one. So I can't believe I've actually been snorkeling. And I think I may have told you guys this if we spoke about snorkeling last year. I can't remember. But I went snorkeling with my cousins. And you go on this little boat. And then it's like you get off the boat and you snorkel. And we were in a spot where like the company or whomever put things in the water that would be like, ooh, to look at, like a sunken ship or whatever. I don't know why they thought this was like a good thing to do. I felt like, even though I'm not a religious person, I felt like this was like sacrilege. Like it was so freaky. There was a ginormous, when I tell you ginormous crucifix, I get the chills even thinking about it. Crucifix with Jesus on it, placed in the water. Oh my God, it freaked me out so badly. And so I'm snorkeling and I turn and I see this crucifix with Jesus on it, like nailed to the cross. And right behind that was this like sunken ship thing. When I tell you, it was terrifying to see that sight. First of all, it was terrifying. And I panicked. I was like, oh, right? Freaked me out. I was like, oh my God. And then my adrenaline kicked in because then I was convinced next thing was going to be a shark, the whole bit. And I swam back. And that was it with the snorkeling. I cannot. Dad said, me and Grandpa Shinnecock Inlet. Really? That's cool. That's really cool, Dad. When you were a kid? Lisa says no, but you'd like to. I mean, listen, I don't want to tell anybody not to go. I think if you don't have a fear of being underwater and the creatures of the deep, go for it because it's beautiful, except when they plant really terrible things under the water. Lori says she snorkeled with nurse sharks in Key West. And Lisa says she wants to swim with the dolphins. What are nurse sharks? That's what I want to know. You were 10, you were 13. Oh, that's cool, Dad. That's really cool. You want to swim with manatees. Baby sea cows. Oh, they're cute. Yeah, I don't know if I could handle. Yeah, it's on my mom's bucket list. I don't know if I can handle any underwater animal. No, maybe a sea turtle. I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't know. Dad said he left you there. What? All of a sudden that went from, oh, that's nice to that's terrible. It's terrible parenting, Grandpa, Pop. No, sir. No, thank you. My goodness. What else have you guys done? Has anyone done, I don't know, when you've gone away on vacation, like a really neat excursion or like adventure type of thing? You won't swim in dark water at night. No, nor should you. Dad said it was a joke. Okay, I hope so. No, nor should you. When I was on my honeymoon, I went on my honeymoon by myself. When we were on our honeymoon, we went to Aruba and we were walking on the beach at night. And my husband, I always say he thinks he's Michael Phelps. And he went into the ocean in the dark at night. I wasn't getting in. I barely get in during the day. And he swam out to where like the ropes are, that kind of, that's where nobody's allowed. You're not allowed to go past the ropes. And he swam out to the mother ropes. And I was like, come back. Because in my mind, I'm like, great, this is how it ends on our honeymoon. Because I don't know what he's thinking. And he made it though. He made it. Lived to tell the tale. And then he swam back. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it was so great. No freaking, and I'm not even joking about this. And I've said this before. There truly isn't enough money in the world and I'm not exaggerating, to make me get into a body of water at night. I'm not even exaggerating on that. Mike he would put me on a boat, throw me overboard for money. If he was like, babe, $1 million, no, nope. I couldn't do it. Mom says, maybe a few times. Like there are certain things I'm all about punching fear in the face, getting over your fears. If you want to, like there are things that I don't think there's any reason. If there's something you're truly afraid of and don't really have any desire to get over it, you don't need to. Like, I don't need to get over this to function as an adult or to achieve my dreams. Don't need to do it. But I guess if you want to be like a marine biologist, probably should feel comfortable with sea life, right? I don't know. I don't know. So random. I am so random. Oh, but this is what I wanted with music. So I had asked this question. I think it was like the beginning of the summer or something like that, because I was talking about music. What is one? I definitely asked this question, but I don't remember what anybody said. If you could jump up on stage with any band, jump up on stage, sing back up, dance, do whatever, like just have a crazy fun time, what band would it be? Or a singer group, what would it be? Like your top group. I'm so curious because it just, I like to know people's music taste and all that. Mom says you should have skydived with me and Nicole. Nope. See, that's another. Jason Aldean. That would be fun. That's another thing, skydiving. I've definitely shared this before. Will Smith, the actor, has a really great video about overcoming your fear. And it was about skydiving and how everything you want is on the other side of your fear. And he was just like, I'm going to do it. And he was terrified. And then all of a sudden he jumps out of the plane and he's like, it was bliss. It was nothing but bliss. And I'm like, that's amazing. 100% get over your fear. But that's another one. I have no desire to go skydiving. Like there's not even this much of me that wants to go skydiving. Dave, hello, birthday boy. It's the birthday boy. Boy George. Come, chameleon. I love Boy George. You come and go. Okay. Dave says, for me, singing on stage is the same as your fear of swimming at night. I hear you. What about just like dancing up on stage, Dave? Would you is there any group that it would just make your life to be up with? Maybe not. Like maybe you're like, no, I'm good to sit like in the seat and watch. I would have so much fun with like an 80s group. Like who the hell sings Take on Me? Take on Me. I can't think of who sings that. Or like old school hip hop. It's not old school hip hop. It's not 80s, but I would love to get on stage with Macklemore. I love him so much. I would love to get on stage with Macklemore. I think I told you guys, Mike and I went to a Macklemore and Kesha concert. Remember when people were allowed to go to concerts and we didn't have to fear for our health? We had the best time. It was like spring break broke out on stage. It was so much. I would love to get on stage with Macklemore. It'd be so much fun. Mom says it was great until your eardrum broke. I know, my mom's eardrum ruptured when she went skydiving. Another reason not to do it. Unless you want to, then go for it. Then totally do it. Lori says that step out of the plane, I would have a heart attack, right? It's that feeling like even on roller coasters. I used to love roller coasters. I can't do them anymore just because equilibrium and I get sick. But it's that like out of control feeling that like when your stomach drops. And it's funny because some people love that feeling. I despise that feeling of your stomach dropping and just being like, I don't like that at all. I don't like the way like it's a total anxiety, like mind F, and I don't like it. Lisa says, happy birthday, Dave. Dave says, dancing is a very close second. I got you, Dave. Good to sit, soak it up, to sit and listen. Thanks, Lisa. Uptown Funk. That would be fun. Zero Gravity. Oh, hate it. Only time was 1969. The Stones. That must have been an awesome concert. Awesome. Right? Anybody else really, I guess, reliant upon music during their day? Like, in all seriousness, I don't go through the day without listening to music. I just don't. Like, if anything I'm doing, I'll tell like the kids and Mike, I'm going to have my earbuds in, because I'm doing some sort of adulting task, but I need music to do it. It really, like, I mean it. And Mike will say, like, I can't complete a task without music. Just 80s. Lisa said she saw American Idol in concert. Oh, that would be fun. Right? A little American Idol. Lori says, not really music, but a white noise machine. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting, white noise. Yeah, it's funny. I know somebody who has the white noise machine in their room, and it has like all different sounds too for like to go to sleep with, but they like that white noise. I love it. I'm sorry. I love this. Guys, it's called the ARG ball. ARG. And I actually got it. I think I actually said this at the beginning of the live. I can't remember what I say anymore. I got one of these for the adult who has autism that I work with. I got him one for Christmas because he loves things like this. And then when I realized how cool it was, I got one for Frankie for like his sensory box of stuff. But I think look at this. It's a great size, and it's like just blobby, and it's thick too. It's very cool. Anyway, my mom says no white noise would drive me crazy. My son has one. It sounds like a rainforest in there. Ooh, that would be nice. Speaking of which, what sounds drive you guys crazy? Are there any sounds that really, like, when you hear it, you want to punch somebody in the face? If Mike was on here, he would know right away where I was going with this. And I've definitely talked about how I got to put this down. There are definitely the sounds, the chewing sound, the stirring sound of yogurt, mouth noises. I can't. Coffee pouring. Oh, that sound. Oh, I can see that. I feel so badly because Mike will sit down to eat. Like, sometimes during the week, our dinner times are all off. Sometimes we try to wait for him. Other times, like, it's just a quick, all right, guys, let's eat, blah, blah, blah. Mike comes home, like right now, he's eating. The kids ate earlier. I ate. But I feel so badly because if he sits down to eat and I'm not eating, so I don't have my own chewing, and I hear him chewing, I know it. I know he can see my whole body. I'm just like, and he's not an open mouthed chewer. He's a very polite chewer, but I can hear it. And I want to punch him in the face. I do. I want to like ninja chop him to the throat. So sometimes I get up and I just walk away. The sound of like somebody biting into a strawberry puts me over the edge. I have issues, man. I definitely have issues. Mom says the sound of rain on tin roofs or birds chirping makes me feel very angry. That's so interesting because birds chirping, I feel happy because I think of spring and summer, and I love that sound, but that's interesting. And rain on a tin roof. Who has a tin roof? I love the sound of rain, but I could imagine though on a tin roof, it'd be like ding, 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 like that would be annoying. Dave says the emergency broadcast system tone. Oh my God. That's hella annoying. Muriel says putter noises and crickets. Ooh, that's a good one. Lori says cat. Her cat gagging on a hairball sound. That's not a good one. Door slamming, so rude in the apartment building. Ooh. Yeah. Hashtag apartment life. Yeah, my dad lives in an apartment building and I can, like, those doors are heavy. They're heavy. Lisa says really loud noise and the loudspeaker in the stores and the the noise of carts when they put them back together and fireworks. Oh, those are good ones. Those are really good ones. Scraping inside of a paper cup. Mom says, I'll sit in the screen room in the morning to drink my coffee, and these damn birds chirping make me want to choke. You have a tin roof in the screen room. I gotcha. Lisa, you just reminded me of something. Today, when the kids got home from school, we went over to Target because we had to get a few things. And I felt so badly because I really try. I feel like I need to write an apology note. I really try to be very polite to waiters, waitresses, like anybody that's going to provide me a service. I want to be very polite to, right? So we go into Target and they have all the carts, and I can't explain to you. Sometimes I can go into Target really like chill and excited to do my Target thing. But then 5 minutes later, I'm so annoyed and enraged because I just spent 5 minutes trying to find the perfect cart. Because I do the test drive, I take the cart and I go and it's because the wheel. So I bring it back and I put it in the line of carts. So then I take another one and it sounds like a piece of tape is stuck under a wheel. So I bring it back. Kate, I'm not kidding. Today there were 4. I went through 4 carts the wheel is making a certain sound where it was like off balance. And I cannot. There are people in Target where I hear their cart 2 rows over and I'm like, what are you doing? Did you not test drive that cart before you went to go? And so I was so annoyed because as I'm doing this and I have the kids with me, each time they're trying to climb into the cart. And I'm like, guys, let me finish the test drive right here. How about you don't climb into the cart anymore? Because you're both getting to be like ginormous humans. Not really, but in a cart, yes. And I have to actually put things in there. So could you stop? So I did the 4th cart, and the guy who works at Target, he's like, oh, here, miss, take this one. He gave me back the first cart that I tried. And I'm like, wait, what? And I looked at him, I'm like, what? He's like, here, because he took it from like where I had put the carts. And I'm like, I can't. And I felt so, because I was so like annoyed. And I looked at him, I'm like, I can't use that cart. It's going to drive me crazy. I can't use it. The kids were looking at me like, settle down. The poor kid was just like, I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't. I have issues. I cannot. And I took like the 5th cart and went. It's just certain things. I don't know. Lori says, really anything pouring. So the sound of anything pouring really gets you. Okay. Sophie Long. That's a lovely name. Sophie Long. Hi. Welcome. I'm Bree. My mom says, oh yeah, if I sit out there at night, then I have to listen to the stupid frogs and crickets. I just want to, you just want it quiet. Yeah, my mom lives in North Carolina. I'm on Long Island. There's no frogs are chirping outside. Chirping frogs? What are they? Croaking? Croaking, right? Frogs croak. What am I saying? Lori says we're soul sisters. I know. I feel that. I feel that, Lori. Dave says the story is giving me anxiety. When I go to stores, I try to set a land speed record. I can't be in the stores 1 second longer than necessary. Yeah, test driving cars would make me nuts. I get you. I don't want to be in stores, honestly. Even Target, which Target was like my mommy zone out place. I don't like being in stores right now. So a lot of times I'll use Shipped or like Amazon Prime, grocery delivery, whatever. Saves time. It also saves me from being in there. But sometimes I got to go in and I can't. I mean, I'm sure other people are like, whatever, the cart's a little wobbly. I can handle it. I can't handle it. I cannot. My dad says pre-COVID, this wouldn't happen. Pre-COVID, going into the stores like crazy quick. That's true. Laura says, be right back. Ernie, are you still here? Are you just being silent, Ernie? My dad says COVID touches everything. Sorry to say. 100%. 100% it does. Anxiety. Yep. Yeah. No, you're right. Like it wouldn't, you're right. Before COVID, it's like there was no anxiety going into any of these places. Now it's just like I want to walk in with one of those, what do they call, black lights? Right? That when like everything is dark and you put the light on, you just see. Do you guys ever see that like on Dateline or whatever? They do like a big investigation on like hotel rooms and they have the black light and like they do this and it looks like a murder scene with all like the DNA and all over. I can't. It's so gross. I'm the same way now. I mean, I've always been this way with touching things out in public. I get a little scavats, but now like at the gas station, I don't know what I'm doing, gas stations, I feel terribly going to full serve all the time. I'm like, I'm more than capable to pump my own gas. I just don't want to. I don't want to touch anything. Dave says, let me be clear, pre-COVID, post-COVID, I hate being in stores. Dave's like, I don't care. Any time of year, any time of day, I don't want to be in the stores. I'm with Dave. I hate shopping. Yeah, I have to say, I don't necessarily love like clothes shopping. I don't like the search, the hunt for things. I like to like get in, that's what I need, get it, whatever. I don't like I know people that can just sift through racks of stuff. Like Marshalls and TJ Maxx, the way they have things set up, I'm like, I can't, it's just clothes on rack. I don't like that. I don't like the hunt. But I do enjoy, or I used to enjoy, taking a break from this family and going to Target. The stereotypical Long Island mom, get an overpriced drink and walk around. Drink Starbucks, not a little alcohol, but whatever. Jackie! Hello, Jax. You agree you're not a shopper? Yeah. I'm definitely not. Your sister could spend hours in a store. I know. She could. She absolutely could. Muriel says, have you ever gone to Neiman Marcus? Not in a very long time. Is it set up the same way where it's just racks of things? Like one store I did enjoy because I liked the way it was. It's so funny. I'm interrupting myself. Do you see this? I'm interrupting my own sentences. Although I'm not an organized person by any means, I do enjoy walking into a store where if it's a clothes store, they have it like, here are the purples. Like New York and Company used to do that. I haven't been in there God knows how long. But it used to be like kind of color, scheme types. And I like that because then it was kind of like, here's the colors I like to wear. Let me go over. But when it's just like the hunt for the perfect shirt, I cannot stand that at all. Neiman Marcus is much neater. Oh, is it? Yeah. I don't know when the last time I've been there. Jackie says if I have to go for anything, it's strictly whatever I need and as quick as possible. Yeah, I will say, this is a terrible thing to say. I was getting, no, there's no good. There's no like, oh, the good thing about this whole, there's no good about the pandemic. I mean, yes, family time, being great, all of that good stuff. But it has definitely limited the amount of times and the amount of time I mindlessly wander around places like Target and then inevitably spend more money than I need to. Because, everybody says it about Target, and it's true. You go in for like, oh, I need to get, I don't know, batteries and a birthday gift for somebody. And then all of a sudden I wind up walking out with like a cozy sweatshirt because it was so cozy. And like, oh, new pajama pants. And a face mask that I had no intention of getting. Like random shit just ends up in the cart. So we're done with that. Macy's, oh my goodness. Macy's. Is Macy's even around anymore? I don't know if it's around. This is another thing. I was telling you guys, I was doing a video and about stuff that's in Frankie's sensory toolbox. When you need sensory input. I realize what is this? It says color changing putty, but anytime I've seen him use it, it's green. It has never changed colors. And what I love about this is that it's not sticky or slimy. A little bit of an odd scent. Silly putty? Do you guys remember silly putty? Anybody ever have that? That like pinkish, and you could like press it down on the newspaper print. And I would love that. And you could stretch it and see like the word stretch. That's exactly this. And it's really, I don't know, I like it a lot. My son, he loves to shop. I'll call him up. It's worth it. It is worth the tip. It's worth because I'm just kind of done. And then trying to go like today, going into Target with both of the kids. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I do know what I was thinking, actually. I was like, let me go with both of them because we're trying to do this whole redo of our spaces. We swapped areas of the basement, and I wanted to get them like a couple of things for organization. Me, Miss, I can't organize my sock drawer, but I can teach. It's crazy. I could teach other people to do it. People that I've worked with, I can organize the playroom, label things. I can implement it for myself, but I can't keep it up. Because I believe my middle name, since I don't have one, Mom and Dad, is inconsistency. Pretty sure it's my middle name. My mom says, damn, what is the name of that store in Hicksville that is a fire trap once you're in the store? IKEA. Oh, there you go. Mike, IKEA. Dave, IKEA. My mom, yes, IKEA. I can't go into that store without having a meltdown. Agreed. 100% agreed, because especially, no, it's both floors, right? And then you see the arrows like go this way and you keep seeing exit. 20 minutes later, there's still no exit. There's still no exit to be seen. And you're going through all the rooms of a house, right? Oh, the living rooms, which I actually love those because I love like, oh, this would be so nice to just have everything in here and like, boom, that's our kitchen or living room or whatever. Meanwhile, that stuff is like grounds for divorce to try to put together. It's terrible. But yeah, walking through that place, forget it. There have definitely been times, all joking aside, where I've been there and I'm like tapping out. I can't I don't like that. I need a window, like windows. See, feels like you're in a cave. Yeah, I am really needing this. It's still green. It clearly says color changing putty. I mean, I guess maybe from a darker green to a lighter green, whatever. Again, I need my own sensory box. Lisa says, I never put socks together. That's why I can't find them. You can't find any. Lisa, spirit animal. I'm the same way. Are my socks matte? I'm shocked that I have two of the same socks on. Since I was a kid, I would just grab any two socks. This is sure. Still do the same thing. Mom said, like a mouse looking for the cheese in IKEA. Yep. So true. Dave says, I love putting that stuff together. Do you really? Do you really, Dave? Like putting the IKEA furniture together? That's good to know, Dave, because after the pandemic, I will pay you. I don't have anything to actually put together. This is the vision I have, right? First of all, again, the laptop is too low. It needs to be up higher. But the vision I have is a bookcase here and here. So like there's the corner, and having really interesting things on in the bookcase. And then I would be further away, create depth, whatever. I have it visually in my head. We don't have bookcases. Even if I were to go get them at IKEA, we would need to be in therapy after putting those things together. I'm telling you now. Mike and I haven't put something together like that in quite a while. And when we used to put things together, it was always I would take over the instruction manual, because Mike, and I think a lot of people are this way, Mike will just look at like, oh, it's a bookcase. I know what it's supposed to look like. I'm just going to put it together. Right, babe? Not you, like he doesn't quite go step by step. And then we wind up with a few extra things. So I would always be the one saying, no, like we're on this step, and he would do the work and it would get done. But afterwards, it was like the whole process was freaking terrible. Lori says, makes my brain hurt. Yep. Dave says it's therapeutic for me. See, it's so interesting. It's so interesting how, obviously everybody's different, but how different everybody's brain works, right? So Dave, are you more like analytical? You like the details of things, right? Like putting things together. That stuff makes me extremely overwhelmed. I want to be more like that, detail oriented, but I'm just like all over the place, scatterbrained. Where my husband is much more detail oriented, system oriented, all of that. And it's like, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable sometimes for me to try to like fit into that. But I don't know. Lisa says, my stepdad says, why do you have two different kinds of feet on? Because the socks don't match. Tell your dad I do the same thing. I do the same thing. All right, yeah, it kind of went lighter. I think it was a darker, but you can't really tell in here. All right. What's so interesting is this morning, I was showing Mike this parody. There's this couple, and the Holderness family is something like that. And they do these parodies like to different songs, and they're really creative. And the one that they just did today was about ADHD. And it was to the music of Under the Sea, Little Mermaid, Under the Sea. And the husband's like, ADHD, ADHD, and he has ADHD. And he's singing this whole song about like all that is his ADHD. And I listened to it, and then I'm like, Mike, you have to listen to it. And then I let Frankie listen to it because it was funny. And I'm like, Frankie, look at this. Look, like here's an older guy, has a successful YouTube channel, really successful, and he has ADHD like you, and he's listening to it. But the more I listened to it, and Mike even said, he's like, maybe you have ADHD. I'm like, the thought has crossed my mind. True, and not even like saying this in a joking, insensitive way. But the more I read up on it because of Frankie and this guy's song, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like you're singing about me. Really, I do. But yeah, I don't know. It would explain a lot. It would explain a lot. What do we have here? Dave says it's like a big puzzle to me. I like putting the puzzle together. I put blankets on the floor, open the instructions, and take my time. That's awesome. That's awesome. Lori says, I have that ADD here. There you go. There you go. Is yours, Lori, if you don't mind me asking, is yours diagnosed ADD, or like do you just know you have it? Because I know a lot of people, they they know they have it because they've read what it's all about, and they're like, oh, I definitely have it, but they're not diagnosed. So just curious if like you went the step to actually be diagnosed, because like, in all honesty, I'm like, I'm pretty sure if I went to a doctor to explore this, I think I'd pass the test with flying colors. 100%. 100%, but it's all good. Yes, you take concert. Yep. So you take medication for it. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Nate, you're back. Hi, Nate. How are you, my friend? Does anybody have anything good going on this weekend? Any plans? Or is it just sort of like, I don't know, status quo, same old at this point, just waiting, right? And I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what is that going to be, right? Like, is it going to be announced on the news or whatever? Okay, we're good now. You don't have to wear the masks. You can start socializing again. How is that? I don't know. How is that going to be, right? I mean, nobody knows. I was saying the other day, though, I'm like, as much as I hate masks, I might every winter just wear it while I'm out in the stores, because knock on wood, I'm like, I don't even want to say it out loud. Usually the kids, flu, I get sick, they both get the flu, and none of us this year knocking on anything. So I'm like, moving forward, I just might mask it up every winter. Just saying. Lisa says, getting my nails done tomorrow. Sunday, I don't know, waiting for the storm. Yeah, I know. Ew. Getting your nails done. I haven't had my nails done. I've never really been, again, not consistent. I've never been like a consistent nail person. I keep them short. I don't know. But I haven't had a little pampering like that in quite some time, I must say. Anybody else here? Weird question. Just getting back to the socks. Is it just me and Lisa? Anybody, like, are you guys fanatics with your socks? Like, the socks not only have to match each other, but they then have to match your outfit? You do it once in a while, get your nails done? When I was younger, I used to have like fun socks, like the tall, thinner fun socks with like dog prints, or like I had piano keys, like fun stuff. That was like the cool thing to do in high school, where when you sat down and your jeans, like the bottoms of them lifted up a little bit, you could see the cool sock depending on the shoe you were wearing. I don't know. But yeah, I am terrible with socks. I probably would be much better off if I just bought all white socks, or all gray, or all whatever, all the same colors. Then I could just be like, but I legitimately will pick like a striped sock, and I don't know, like a black sock with white polka dot. Like I don't care. It's really what it comes down to. I don't care. My socks doesn't match always. Yeah. And then I have some friends that are so much better put together, where the sock coordinates, matches, everything looks good. And I'm just like, I'm never going to be that person. That's okay. Yeah, Lisa's like, not Lisa. Lori's like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't either. Lisa says, me and my brother are going to be godparents. Oh, that's exciting. To your cousin's baby, so excited. That is exciting. I was saying, like, I'm not a religious person, but I am a godparent, and I love that. I love that role. I love that bond and that connection. It just makes you feel instantly like you have like a deeper connection with that person, you know, like it's just a special dude, this stuff is great. I'm just saying. What's it called again? Color changing putty. I have it with his stuff, but I'm like, this is awesome. I'm buying it for everybody. Mike's like, I'm sorry, you're doing what? It's fantastic, actually. Yeah, but no, I love that. I love the whole godparent thing. Sorry. Mom says, gotta go. Good night, everyone. Love you. I love you too, mommy. Have a good evening. Last question. Usually like my lives at night, I'm like rapid question with never have I ever or would you rather. But I just wanted to kind of catch up with you guys. And I think I had asked this like 2 weeks ago, but is anybody watching anything good? Like anybody in some like Netflix binging or regular TV binging? Anybody watching anything good? Mom says, I love that you still call me mommy because you're my mommy. I love that I still call you that too. But yeah, is anybody watching anything really good? We are fully into like these period shows, you know, like from centuries ago. I told you guys we did the whole over the summer, we binged Game of Thrones. That put us in like a rabbit hole of don't call us, don't text us during this. We were just like for hours every night. And then we moved on to Outlander. The 4th season just came to Netflix last night. So excited. And then we did Bridgerton. But it's all these shows that take place like from different centuries. I love it. Love it. Lisa says no. She's not into any shows. Dave says, if you have HBO Max, we don't. I like The Flight Attendant. I heard such good things about that, Dave. On Netflix, The Queen's Gambit was good. Yeah, we watched The Queen's Gambit too. I really liked it. I did. I really liked it. It got a lot of buzz. Rightfully so. You know, I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I did. I really liked it. But yeah, if you like those sort of period shows from like different time periods, Outlander, telling you. And I've said this before when we started watching it, you have to be okay with the fact that it's going to take you a few shows to start to understand what they're saying because the accents they're so good. But like we would look at each other like, what are they saying? And then we haven't watched Outlander in so long because we finished it, you know, and then Netflix like every year releases. So now I said to him last night, I'm like, I'm going to need another few shows to really understand what the hell they're saying again because it's just gone. Muriel says, I was watching here in YouTube. Amanda Gorman. Wait, is she the one? Was she the poet from the inauguration? Amanda Gorman. I'm pretty sure that was it, right? I'm sorry. I was listening to Walter. He was barking. I'm like, is he outside needing to be let in? Yes. Okay. She's amazing, right? Oh my gosh. And that girl, so she goes to the inauguration, delivers this like moving spoken word, you know, kind of had a little bit of like not a beat, but you know, like the spoken word. It was just so good. And now she's become like a symbol of like hope and forward movement. And it's awesome. So good. So good. I'm being distracted now. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure my dog is okay. I heard him barking. I'm like, it sounds like it's coming from outside. Now I don't hear anything. I think Mike got him. Everything is good in the world. Okay. Dear Lord, I cannot. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna actually say goodnight. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm gonna see what's going on upstairs. Oh, hey babe. He's fine. Was he outside? It sounded like an outside bark. It's so cold out, my little boy. Okay, guys, in all seriousness, I'm going to plug this one more time. The company is Happy Hands. Happy Hands. I got a few things from there. Price point is really good. This is like a few bucks. But if any of you are sort of like that type of a person that finds like, that input to be really soothing, it takes some work. This isn't like soft, mushy. It's like, it takes some work, but this is freaking awesome. Just saying. If anybody wants some, let me know. I'll give you the info. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. Yes, please. If we get that storm, please stay safe. Stay inside. Stay toasty warm. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys either on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. All righty. Guys, thanks for hanging. Thank you for being my social outlet for the night. I love chatting with you guys. And I'll talk to all of y'all soon. Good night, Jackie. Where is there? It is. Bye. Where's the thing?